How you doing, everybody? You're live with GBC TV. We're live in Laughlin, Nevada for the 2019 UTV World Championship. Got on the side of me my brother from another mother, our sponsor racer, Casey Sims. Today we're gonna do a little bit different interview from the norm. We're just gonna pick his brain with questions that you've all asked him thousands and thousands of times. Today we're gonna find out about Casey Sims as just a young man. So starting off, you wanna know, what kind of music do you listen to prior to a race?
Rap and stuff like that.
Works to me. Okay, next. Do you have any influences on the track that you feel like giving you like the kind of the motivation you need to become the racer you are? Is there anybody you look up into in particular?
Randy Romo's a big one because he always like talks to me before the races and like gets me motivated and just kind of tells me like here's certain lines and here's these things that you need to know before every race.
Great.
Kind of like that.
So let me ask you, out of all the things that you could have done in life, you know, what drew you to racing? Because there's so many young kids that are just fascinated by the sport. We just want to hear out of your mouth, you know, what drew you to the sport?
It was actually a friend of a friend, and since I've been 2, I've been riding quads. So it was a friend of a friend that said, oh hey, the Razor 170s just came out, come watch a race. And I saw it and I was like, I want to do that. Like, that's gonna be me. And that's how I got into it.
Great, okay. So you already have a little experience, so excuse me, a lot of experience. So I want to ask you, for the younger crowd that's coming up under you, like, what kind of advice would you offer to them?
Just kind of keep your mind in it and don't start like messing around with other things. Just always focus on the one thing that you want to do and just have that in mind and see yourself in the future of what you want to become and try to strive to do that.
Great. So I mean, since you brought up the future, obviously we want to know, you know, what is your future goal? Do you plan on being in the sport, you know, you with a great beard, or do you see yourself doing something else? I mean, you know, we just want to know, how do you feel about it?
In the future, I think I want to get into rally cars and like rallycross racing, stuff like what Ken Block and he does, and I want to start doing that like in the future.
So far, how's your 2019 race season been going?
It's been pretty good. I've gotten second in my first 2 races in my Polaris Racer RS1, and my last race I actually flipped quite a few times down a hill and it pretty much totaled the car, so we've had to pretty much rebuild it in the past 2 weeks.
Okay, speaking from a guy that has no racing experience, were you scared?
Yes. I mean, sort of, but like it's a weird feeling you get because you're like, I am flipping right now, but like I don't know, I wasn't like freaking out, but I was like scared inside.
Okay, so after that, I mean, what kind of modifications did you have to make?
I mean, we've had to pretty much rebuild the whole car except for the frame and the motor and transmission. Those are pretty much the only things that are left in that thing.
Okay, great. And you ride on what tires you racing on?
GBC Dirt Commanders.
Dirt Commanders, great, okay. Do you have anybody in particular you want to shout out? You want to say what's up to your buddies? Anybody out there in the racing community? Anybody?
I want to shout out my parents, my mom and my dad. My mom's Instagram is @CarSims, and my dad doesn't have an Instagram. And my Instagram is @CSims188.
All right, you heard it live from here, GBC TV, Casey Sims.
All right, we're out here at the 2019 UTV World Championships, Laughlin, the last day with the voice, Tim.
TPQ, right?
Timmy Q, yeah, TPQ, whatever it is. The guy that won't shut up. You hear something here and you keeps this annoying voice, it's this guy. I'm just joking with you. We've known him for a long time, good friend. Yeah, he's out here announcing the race, so what do you think about this race so far? It's pretty awesome.
Huge turnout, man.
Yeah.
We had like almost 400 entries, you know, anywhere from youth. There was almost 100 youth racers. I mean, that's monstrous.
Yeah.
170s, 250s, and of course the new class, 570 class. That was all Saturday or Friday. Tech and Contingency, massive, man, massive. UTV Festival. And then, of course, I mean, we had to stretch it out over 3 days worth of racing. We had so many entries. So this is fantastic. I mean, the competition is steep. I mean, guys come here from everywhere. One of the guys I just interviewed, South Georgia, that's a pretty good location. But all the way from Australia, Kaminsky takes the win yesterday.
Yeah. And then we were just talking to the lady from Canada.
Yes.
Came down across the border. I think she was just trying to get in the sun a little bit. It's a little warm out here this weekend.
It is a little
But yeah, I
toasty.
mean, the racing's been awesome out here. I mean, they've been battling last night. I mean, it was cool to see, you know, the race finishing tonight.
Yes.
The lights and everything. This morning, sun's coming up. They're taking off the line. I mean, these classes have just been just close racing all weekend long. It's been some great racing. I mean, like you said, it from the youth kids all the way out now. We got the Turbo 1000s running on the short course.
Right.
You know, it's a battle back there. Helicopters flying. I mean,
I had 5 girls on the podium this morning in this morning's race. 5 girls in different classes on the podium this morning.
GBC riders, second, third, Shelby Anderson, Sierra Romo. I mean, yeah, we had a lot of riders up here on the podium this weekend. So I mean, it's a good weekend for us, good weekend for the event. I mean, it's events one you can't miss. I mean, everybody has to come out and check this thing out next year. Every year it gets bigger, better.
That's right.
I mean,
who else? I mean, how many times do you have helicopters? Like 2 helicopters are running around right here. There's an army of mad media doing all the filming throughout the whole place. I mean, there's every angle you can think of. These guys are in the dirt, like crawling through mud holes, getting the shot. And then we'll see it on TV later this year.
Yeah, we were trying to interview people at the starting line, and Mad Media just kept stepping in and interviewing all of our drivers, you know, which is awesome because it's just TV time they're going to get down the road. So, it's, you know, you step back, watch them go at it, and, you know, we just out here and supporting our riders and drivers and everybody. It's just been awesome. We even ran quads and dirt bikes out here this weekend, too.
They certainly did. They came out, they raced at 8 o'clock Saturday morning. And we had a full line of quads and dirt bikes. Yeah. That was great too. Of course, that's our heritage coming from that realm. Corey and I raced a little bit back in the day. He always whooped my butt like bigger than crap.
You raced?
Oh, he always takes a shot at me.
Well,
anyway.
I got to get back when I can. You always throw them at me, so.
I do. I catch him in the pits, do the interview on him, and throw him under the bus as quick as I can.
Yeah. So, all right, well, it's a great event. We're happy to be out here again for 4th year now, or 5th?
Yes, it's 5th year.
This year, yeah.
Yep.
So, looking forward to next year. It's going to be great.
Absolutely.
All right.
Love you, Corey.
There we go. It's the conclusion of the 2019 UTV World Championships. It's a great event. You guys should come out and check it out next year. John, you won this race, what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Actually, we placed the best as 8th.
8th, okay.
It's been a nemesis of mine with the Laughlin, but I think we're getting closer and closer to that W. So hopefully this is it today.
All right. Well, what do you expect to see out there on the track today?
Actually, we're going to see a lot of ruts, a lot of chatter bumps, a lot of square offs. It's going to be a lot of dust. Plus, we're going into the evening time to where it's going to be really not a lot of wind, as you noticed, and it's going to be hanging in at that dusk. So you're going to see a lot of carnage out there. You're going to see a lot of guys that are pushing a little too hard, picking lines that are going to take their, take out the front suspensions and all that. So
yeah. All right, well, good luck out there today.
All right, thank you, Corey.
Thank you. All right, we're here with Chase Carr, one of the fastest Razor 170 kids out there right now. Chase, you've been one of the first kids to get the new mini Mongrel, so what do you think of it so far?
Yeah, they have a lot of grip. When you're coming off the starts, they got a lot of grip, and it's easier to corner and everything else. They just have so much grip.
All right, well, we're out here at World Championships, so this weekend, you're racing here in a couple hours. What do you think is going to happen? What are you going to go for?
Hopefully I can get the whole shot and just check out. I don't know, Dallas and Jacob pretty fast, so hopefully I can get the whole shot.
Did Grandpa put up a little extra in your motor for this weekend?
I think the only thing he did was change the gearing. So.
Change the gearing? Okay. Nice.
How's your season going so far?
Perfect. I'm first in points in works, and first in points in works for the 570 class too.
Great. How's your vehicle doing today?
Perfect. We just got the suspension dialed. Just got a couple new panels, and we got some new sprockets and everything. And got the clutching perfect, but feel good.